Bonjour, papa.
Bonjour, ma fille.
Papa, qu'est-ce que tu fais ce soir?
Oh, ma petite, je vais jouer aux Dungeons and Dragons. J'ai reçu un new +3 sword.
Whatever.
20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre. J'ai la frappé sur la tête avec ma +3 sword. 20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre. 20 points de damage sur la tête. 20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre. J'ai la frappé sur la tête avec ma +3 sword. 20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre. 20 points de damage sur la tête.
What's this? C'est ma music. Who are these people?
Hello. Bonjour.
Mes amis? Jesus Christ. You need to get a grip. What are you wearing? Look at yourself. You're not French.
20 points of damage.
I want these people gone immediately. We've got people waiting now. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. Fantasist.
Sorry about that. Anyway, Paul here, aka Cuthbert Outsplinter. Once again, dear reader, welcome to the Bellowing Hilltop podcast.
20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre. J'ai la frappé sur la tête avec ma +3 sword. 20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre. 20 points de damage sur la tête. 20 points de damage sur la tête de la monstre.
If you've not done so already, it really helps us if you rate, review and subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all of that lot. Hopefully Dan's put his sousaphone away for 5 minutes so we can get on with the show. Please enjoy episode 16, Church of the Poison Mine. Have they gone yet, Mike? Mike?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's pick up where we were. So, where we left things, our gallant heroes, Burple, Grimbold, Sessions, Cuthbert and Parker had descended into a kind of chamber underneath the Dower Stone mine, which is outside the town of Diamond Lake, working on the instructions from Hillstustapod, who is convinced, or was convinced, that there was some kind of dark, I don't know, goings on down here. He came down a kind of miner's lift. Passages leading off this dark cathedral space. Down at the southern end of the space, there's a sort of rather ominous looking kind of pool of black liquid. You decided to try and take on a couple of tiefling, you assume cultists / guards, who were not particularly alarmed when you arrived. It looked like they were used to people kind of dropping down on the lift. It's obviously a bit of a routine occurrence. Burple successfully calmed one of them with a calm emotion spell, and that sort of slightly put a spanner in their works of their kind of alarm system. But as it happened, when you kind of got into it and started attacking them, one of them ran east along one of the 3 passages that leads off this cathedral and hammered on some doors, and from those doors emerged a bunch of skeletons. Where we pick things up, a group are pushing their way east down this corridor into what looks like, I don't know, some kind of complex. The doors that the tiefling guard burst open revealed a chamber with old suits of armor dotted around the walls, and that's where the skeletons have come piling out from. Another tiefling, a tiefling that wasn't one of the original 2, emerged from the south. So as you're looking east, there's clearly crossways, passageways leading off to your left and right, or to the north and south. And a tiefling guard ran out from the south, ran down the corridor away from you, deeper into this sort of mystery complex, shouting, "Release the beast!" And at a certain point, somebody seems to have run up into some side passageway and unchained this nasty creature, this kind of colossal boar, who we're calling Piers Morgan. And this colossal boar has come steaming round the corner. It's kind of got bloodshot eyes. It looks absolutely furious. It looks like it's just about to sort of launch itself at you when Sessions, Graham, you have a readied action that you were saving for just this eventuality, and that's where we left things. So, Sessions, it's time for your readied action.
Yeah, I think my readied action is probably when it gets within 20 feet of me, so I can hurl a crushing coin at it. So I think it's not quite reached the readied action step yet, as it sort of exits the room and enters the corridor.
Okay, well, let me just check its movement. Let's just see how it's doing here. The beast. has got a move of 40. So it moves 80 is 16 squares. And it has moved. Let me just do a quick counting. 1, 2, 3. It's very interesting for everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it can move a little bit more, but it's only got another couple of squares worth of movement. I don't know if that triggers your readied action, Graham. It moves out into this chamber that the skeletons have emerged from.
Yeah, no, it won't.
Okay.
I mean,
one other little point of order or point of information is that the skeletons were turned by Sessions. And they fled back into the complex. Some of them turned right, and you can hear them scrabbling at a door to your south. Some of them turned left, and you can hear them scrabbling at a door to your north. And a couple of them headed straight away from you. You can actually see them scrabbling at a set of double doors right off to your east. And it's in between you and these skeletons that the cross passageway seems to come in, that this boar has come out. When it gets to the end of its move, it sort of energizes itself. It inflames itself, literally. In fact, it sort of squeals, and it sort of seems to sort of grow in stature. Yeah, and cold kind of blue flames as it sort of goes, and these kind of cold blue flames kind of burst out all over its body. Its eyes kind of take on this kind of maniacal, fiery kind of tint, and that is the end of its go. So the next person to act is the wonderful Bubble Herbish.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm completely unprepared. I'm going to...
So am I. I've got two.
It's alright, don't do it again.
What can I do? I've got my character sheet open at least. Let's go and see what we can do. So...
This thing looks very, very angry.
It looks very... does it?
It's got... Its tusks are sort of sheathed in with iron spikes or something.
Hang on a sec. What does calm emotions do? You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people, each humanoid. Okay, that's no good.
That's what you used on the guards, or one
Yeah,
of them.
I know, but it seems, with the name calm emotions and it's angry. Anyway, that's not going to work. So I will have to do something else. I'm going to have to fire some kind of weapon.
I think we've established that your ranged weapon attack capability
the hand crossbow.
boils down to a proficiency in hand crossbow, but no
That's right.
actual hand crossbow. Yeah.
I'm sure I did have one, but there we go. Actually, I've got my iPad here, and that's got my...
Well, you could throw that, I suppose.
It's got my full character sheet. So I do have a hand crossbow.
You have a hand crossbow. Okay, great. And you have a proficiency.
Crossbow.
Put the two together, and you've got a serviceable
Range
attack.
Range of 120 feet. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, at disadvantage because I'm firing through, or is there cover?
No,
or
it's cover. It's got a few points of cover, which I can account for.
Okay.
Its armor
So
class.
I need to roll to hit.
Just roll a D20.
D20.
Add the number.
So D20 plus,
Okay, D20 plus 3. You roll a 3, which is a miss.
which is a miss.
And you want to move or?
Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of a bit worried. It's on fire, is it? I'll just step to
It's sort of wreathed in what look like kind of cold blue flames.
I will kind of retreat back round the corner, back against the wall with my hand crossbow going,
Okay.
fuck.
Okay. And we move on to Grimbold to finish out the round on 6.
Right, I wouldn't mind firing a firebolt at it, but I've got to fire through some people, so how much
Yeah, so
cover?
its armor class goes up. It's the same old problem.
Okay, so I'm going to add 5 to this. I roll a 22.
22 is a hit. What's the damage, John?
So I'm going to do, I think it's 1d10 damage. I do 6 points of fire damage.
6 points of fire damage. Okay, thank you
And
very
then
much.
I'm going to step back to the other I stepped into the corridor for the reader's benefit, and then I'm going to step back out of the line of fire.
Yeah, okay, got it. Okay. And we move on to right up in the thick of things, Cuthbert. Your one green and one grey eye meet the two spiraling, mad, angry, glowing red eyes of this thing, and you must decide what to do.
Well, I look round at Parker.
And you
and
put yourself.
I go, do you want to stay here or shall we go up?
Well, I don't know. What do you reckon?
This is like very relaxed
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
laconic.
I don't know.
Do we bop it? I don't know. Do you think it? I'm wondering about unarmed strike on this sort of burning thing. Might not be so handy. Not really going to get my flurry of blows in there. No.
I'll go. Okay. I'm going to go up there.
Running up to it. Okay. So when you run up there, you can see some stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
You can see the rest of that chamber,
Yeah.
and then a 5-foot wide passageway continuing south with a door at the end of it, and up against that door, scrabbling, are 2 terrified skeletons. Looking past the horrible beast to the north, there's another door with a skeleton scrabbling at that. And can you give me a perception check?
I roll the dice and I get a massive 9.
9, okay. Well, 9 is enough for you to notice or understand that if the skeleton seems to be scrabbling or trying to open this door to your north, it's possible that there's something or somebody trying to stop that door being opened.
Gotcha.
Yeah? So it's like there's a bit of maybe, you get the sense that there's maybe a bit of a tussle going on about that door. Right.
Okay.
You've run up to the thing. Do you want to give it a welly?
So I can do a double attack,
Okay.
which is firstly with the short sword.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll, hitting armor class 14,
14 is a hit.
doing a massive 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage on the beast.
And then I will attack with Le Rapier,
Yeah.
hitting armor class 14 again.
Yeah. It's a hit.
And I do 6 points of damage.
And 6 points of damage. Okay, so, well, that's not bad. So that's Cuthbert. This thing looks unhappy with you, as it would do. It looked unhappy with you at the beginning. And we move on to Parker.
I will move up to the beast as well, then, next to Cuthbert, so that he's flanking for next round.
Well, you're not flanking, but you're...
Well, sorry, you're right. So that he gets advantage.
he doesn't get advantage, but he gets a sneak attack damage. Yeah.
You can cut all that out. so
Well,
much.
no, I think we leave it in
so much
your
for the
humiliation.
rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a complete misunderstanding of the rules. Okay, there we go. So I will bop it with the shillelagh. 17. Is that a hit?
17 is a hit.
That does 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. This is pretty effective. You guys are getting quite effective, you know.
And
Your
well,
older days, yep.
so this thing is like flaming all over. Or...
It's wreathed in these sort of crackling blue flames. They look not very nice.
Did the crackling blue flames channel through my sword? And
No. They're just breathing the creature. You would think that maybe if it bit you or gored you or stamped on you, that they might be
Right. Okay. Well, I will do a flurry of blows then.
Okay.
So that gives me 2 strikes. The first one for 17
17 is a hit.
is a hit, as the other one, doing 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Yeah.
And
Wow.
the
You're
second
getting into this
one-
thing. Yep.
Is a 6, which I'm guessing.
6 is a miss. And we move on to Sessions. Sessions, do you want to make an Arcana check?
I give it a go. 19 on the dice for a total of 19.
Your sense, looking at these crackling blue flames, are that they are some kind of necrotic energy.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, and then now you can have your round.
So my action, I'm going to draw from my pocket a couple of coins, clang them together to toll the dying on the boar.
Yep. Okay. It needs to make a saving throw, I take it.
Needs to make its wisdom saving throw.
Okay. A wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
Yes.
It rolls a 15 and makes that saving throw.
Okay, so that's really ineffective.
2 dice of power.
And I will use my bonus action to move my spiritual crushing coin up towards it. But it doesn't get all the way there. Then I will just kind of stand there hoping it doesn't get past Parker and Cuthbert.
Yeah. Well, it's a big unit. I mean, it takes up a full 10-foot, square of space. So you don't know how easy it would find it to kind of start darting in the little gaps between people. Burple and Grimbold, can you both make perception checks?
Right. So it doesn't pay to be at the back then.
I was just about to move up and everything.
Tell me what you roll.
9.
9, okay, and Burple?
6.
6.
Brilliant.
Okay. No, that's okay.
Brilliant.
You don't hear much. From up the little northern passageway, you hear door. Next is skeletons. The skeletons to the south of Parker and Cuthbert successfully get through the door and they push their way into a chamber, and they go scootling in and start scrabbling at the corners of the room. Yes, they just look absolutely terrified. But they reveal a tiefling who is in there, who's just sort of looks a bit startled by his sudden exposure to you.
Yep.
And he will immediately react to this, and he piles up towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't make it to you. So he runs up, but he can't make it to you. The tussle continues with the door to the north of you. This skeleton is scrabbling at it, and there's clearly somebody or some people on the other side. And now that you've kind of got more of a sense of what's going on, you think there are multiple people on the other side of the door trying to keep it closed while this skeleton scrabbles at it. The two skeletons directly to your east, the ones scrabbling at the double doors that are straight ahead of you as you go into this complex, are not making any headway against that great big double door. The other thing that happens is that you can hear the sound of movement slightly further in, and a little door on the side opens, and a tiefling pops his head out, goes, ah, and runs back in and slams the door again. And that is that for all of the kind of supporting cast, and now we end up with big Piers Morgan. It gets 1 attack, which it's going to apply to 1 to 3. It's going to apply to 1 to 3 Cuthbert.
We know how this is going to go.
4 to 6 Parker. Rolling the dice now and rolling a 1.
There we
that
go.
Is Cuthbert. We all knew that was what was going to happen.
All knew that was going to happen.
We all knew that was going to happen. And so it strikes at you. So it basically tries to gore you with its tusks, and it rolls a 2 to hit armor class. There's not enough.
Absolute massive
What a
failure.
load of shit after all that giant bloody thing. It's completely fucking useless. And that is it. Can we move on, please, to Burple?
Okay, well, I'm going to obviously have to investigate that noise, so I'm going to move to there. What can I see down that corridor?
Burple, you look north. That little passageway runs north out of the big kind of temple chamber. What you can see is a slender marble column. You can just make out through this open door. That column has got strange patterns of sort of wispy green veins that are writhing and undulating within the stone. And the floor looks like it's made of kind of square bone white tiles. They look a little bit like the same substance that the door is made out of. And the wall that you can see opposite you, it's a weird kind of dull kind of grey marble. But there are strange little circular bulges sort of set irregularly in its surface. There's no sign of any people or anything. It seems very quiet.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's what you can see.
Invisibleness.
Oh, God. Well, I have to say that's not what I was expecting. So how far have I moved? 3.
Yeah, you've got a bit of movement left.
So I'm going to use my remaining move, and I'm going
Yep.
to shoot the boar with my weapon,
Okay.
and I'm going to hit the following armor class.
Shooting through Sessions.
I'm shooting through Sessions and Parker.
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Yes,
shooting through Sessions and Parker. Yeah, I see
Takes
that.
off shot. 11. That's a 14.
14 is a... Oh, hold up. That might be... that's a miss. That might be a miss.
Okay.
It is a miss.
And I'm going to use my bonus action
Yes.
to give a bardic inspiration to
Grimbold.
Cuthbert.
Okay.
That's it. That's my round.
That's it. Okay. That was Burple on 8, and then it is Grimbold on 6.
Right, I'm going into the corridor. I'm standing next to Sessions, so about halfway along the corridor,
Yep.
heading towards the
The Beast.
door.
Piers Morgan. Yep.
Piers Morgan, and then I'm going to fire another firebolt. 13.
13 is a miss. Anything else?
No, fast and efficient.
Fast and efficient, and it's Cuthbert.
I'm going to do the first attack with short sword. I rolled a 10, getting a 16.
As a hit.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage on the creature, and it's looking bloodied.
And I've got an additional 1d6 sneak attack, doing another 2 points of damage.
2 points damage, yep.
And then I'm going to use the rapier.
Yep.
Hitting an armor class, not very good, of 9.
9 is a miss.
There we go. Oh, I suppose I could add my bardic inspiration.
You
I
can. In theory, I'm not meant to tell you whether or not you succeeded, but you can go for it if you want.
I think I know what its armor class is, so I'm just going to do that.
So you're adding the extra d6 to add to your attack roll.
Only 2.
Making it armor class 11 is a miss.
11 is a miss. Okay, that's my round.
Parker?
Right. Well, I will bop it again then.
Yep.
First of all, with the shillelagh. 6, which I assume is a miss.
6 is a miss.
Another flurry of blows. Unarmed strike. Hitting armor class 8.
Is a miss.
Call yourself Cuthbert.
Miss. Yeah. And finally a 19.
19 is a hit.
Okay. Doing 6 points of damage.
6 more on this thing. Okay, it's looking like an unhappy little boar.
That wasn't brilliant, but never
Wasn't
mind.
brilliant, but it contributed, and now it's sessions.
Okay, sessions. I will try tolling the dying again, clanging my coins together.
Oh, it was going to make it save a throw again. Right, yeah, DC 13.
It will.
Wisdom save. It rolls
Oh
a
my-
9 and fails that save.
Okay.
God for that.
So it fails, it saves, so it takes a colossal 7 points of damage. That was my
Someone that could do it.
Points of damage.
bonus
Yeah,
action.
didn't like
Then
that
I
at
will
all.
fire the crushing coin over at it, which
Yep.
strikes it for, well, let's see whether it strikes it. And I get 23 to hit.
23 is a resounding hit.
Well done.
Awesome. And that does 4 points of damage, 1 on the dice.
4
Surely-
points of damage
surely.
from the thing. Okay. So no,
Surely.
it's still up. It's still up. It's
Well, I
just
felt
up.
like I did
Okay,
something.
And now it's it. Now, first of all, Cuthbert,
Yes.
this tiefling to your south, steps up and has a smack at you. Yep.
How dare it?
How dare it? It's got a scimitar.
How dare it?
And it rolls to attack you, and it rolls a 12 hitting armor class. Armor class 15
Oh!
hit.
Just.
Lovely. You take 6 points of damage on Cuthbert.
How particularly annoying.
And now the beast.
The beast
the
surely wants
beast-
to change target.
Well, let's have. I don't know. The beast is going to might change targets on a 1 or a 2. It changes to Parker. On a 4 to 6, it's going to stay with Cuthbert.
I'll stay with
Rolling a 2, so it changes to Parker.
Sorry, Lucas.
And it has its one attack.
Think you know someone.
It just gets one. You think you know someone, and then it turns out you don't know them, and they're just a colossal. And it attacks with its tusk. Here we go. One attack. This is a bit of a kind of. I was going to say this is a bit of a glass cannon.
Oh, is that a fumble?
A 1. That's a fumble. It loses. Well, it loses any more attacks, but it doesn't have any more attacks. This thing is a big. It is literally a big disappointment. It's what an absolutely pathetic creature. It's meant to be lethal. Okay, release the beast. No bollocks. Okay, it's
Massive boar.
It's purple.
It's Burple. Burple doesn't have an awful lot that he can do. I'm a little nervous of that thing, but I'm going to step in front of those guys and I'm going to shoot.
Yes.
Can I get a line from there? Better line? No, whatever. I'm going to shoot the thing. I'm going to shoot the thing. I'm going to roll really well. I'm going to roll and get 18.
Oh.
18, and it
18
does
is a
an
hit.
enormous amount of damage. I'm going to throw in. I'm going to throw in a
Make a
point of
sandwich.
dice and use my psychic blades, which gives it an extra 2d6.
Is that with a
It
range
is
weapon
with a
as well
ranged
as
weapon as well as a melee weapon. It's
Cool.
well,
Okay,
actually,
I'm
I'll just
stealing
double
myself.
check that. Now that you mention it, hit a creature with a weapon attack. It's just a weapon attack. So And I'm going to
Yeah,
roll
fair enough.
3d6.
Ooh, fucking hell.
It's
Okay.
going to be an enormous 17 points of damage.
It is
Oh,
enormous.
it's enormous. 17 points of
Thank you
damage
very much.
downs the beast.
Oh, well done. Wait a minute.
Try it, good.
Jolly
With my
good.
hand
well
crossbow.
done. Oh, capital. Oh, that is capital.
I did roll a
That's
6,
amazing.
6 and a 4. Look at
Capital.
that.
There we go. You did roll a 6, 6 and a 4. Yeah. Excellent roll. Okay. And now, freed from the pressure of having to worry about the giant boar, and therefore able to move further into the combat, it is Grimbold.
Alright, well, I'll actually move further down the corridor up to the tiefling that's attacking Cuthbert.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to shake hands with him.
Are you
Shocking
just
grasp
so terrified of what's behind you?
behind me. Yes. I'm going to do a
Yeah, there's
shocking
something there.
grasp.
There's something invisible that's come out of a very creepy
There's
area.
something scary down there, so...
Completely
Yeah.
terrible.
Safety in numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I roll a 20, is that a hit?
20 is a hit on the tiefling, yep.
Okay, I do 7 points of electrical damage.
7 points de electrical damage on
And
the
he's not
tiefling.
allowed his... he can't take reactions until his next turn. 'Cause he's electrified.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, well, that's a bit crap. Okay. He doesn't look particularly happy about that, and he especially doesn't look happy about the fact that he can't do anything for a round.
No, he can't take reactions.
Can't take. You can't take reactions. Okay, fine. Anything else from you? No.
No.
Fast, efficient? No.
Fast
Okay.
efficient.
Cuthbert.
Thank you, Johnny, for being within 5 foot. I will turn around to him and go, aha! I have you. And here I am, going to be terribly fast. Not so fast, and not very efficient, with the short sword. Rolling off a 16 to roll a 3, hitting armor class 9.
Is a miss.
It's a miss. And then with the rapier,
Yep.
he's going to roll he's going to roll a
His sword snaps in
Going to roll
half.
one. In fact,
gonna
he's going to
roll
roll.
Drops it.
It's
Drops
just
himself in the
Deary
first.
me.
We do need that drop.
Yeah,
isn't it?
oh
The
dear.
Cuthbert can't roll above a 7.
Cuthbert can't roll above a 7. It just can't happen. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, from a certain angle, that one looks a bit like a 7, but I mean,
It does, but it's
yeah,
not.
But it's a 1.
It's a 1.
6 less than that.
Yes.
It's actually safe to stand next to him.
Sessions. Can you tell me about your turning power, please? What's the deal with these skeletons? How long do they have to keep running, or is it forever?
Oh, okay. Yes, great question.
Ooh,
It's
ages.
forever.
1 minute, or until they take any damage.
Well, 1 minute is 10 rounds, so that's just ages. Okay, so yeah.
Is that ooh, ages.
All ages.
No, I know how many rounds that is, so that's fine. So we move on to Parker.
Well, so is this guy, this halfling is still alive, right?
Tiefling.
Yeah, the halflings are still alive. I'm still alive.
Tiefling, sorry, I thought it, yeah. So I will step up next to Cuthbert. and
Clamber
I will
over the furry boar.
Move through its space, yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Whop this guy with the shillelagh.
Did it actually hit anyone, that ball?
No, it didn't. It didn't hit anybody. It just ran out, exploded in fury, and got fucking slaughtered.
Stoinked.
Yeah,
It's a big bacon sandwich.
A 20,
20 is a hit.
3 points of damage.
3 points. That's pathetic. Okay, excellent. Yeah.
And an unarmed strike, also with the 20,
Yeah.
also not critical, doing 5 points of
5
damage.
points of damage.
Yeah, so 8 in total.
And now say 5 points de damage.
5 points de damage.
Sur la tête.
Sur la tête de le monstre. Right. And we move on to Monsieur le Sessions Ipe.
Okay, I shall cautiously advance up the corridor till I can see the tiefling, sort of right to the edge of the corridor, I think. And I will toll the dying on it. That's a bonus action.
Yes. It has to make a saving throw. DC 13 wisdom save. Am
Yes, I think you're
in
correct.
That assumptions. Its saving throw, its wisdom saving throw is not amazing. It's not as bad as the boars. Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Roll a nice big number. That's a cock dice. Is that a 2 or is that a cock dice?
That's a 2.
Okay. It fails. What's the damage?
Has it been wounded?
Unlucky. Yes.
Oh dear, then it's going to be 11 points of damage.
Oh,
Oh my god. Okay, it's looking very, very unwell.
And then I will
Death's doorish.
swing the crushing coin to pound down on its head. Hitting on plus 13.
Class 13 is a hit. Ugh.
Oh wow, okay.
Shit armor class.
And it takes 9 points of damage as it gets
And it is
really?
that's the end of it. You have successfully vaporized that cultist.
it's a bit like it got woken up. It was in bed, and the skeletons came crashing in.
Precisely
It's like
right.
a student. It's like in a student house. The skeletons are crashing in.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's
Yeah.
going on? Comes out. Oh, guys, oh look, I'm just gonna have a pop at him, and then suddenly it gets surrounded. It's not a happy day.
Pounds it into the ground.
It was so, in fact, discombobulated by its sudden.
just
I was
didn't
going to use the
know
word
what-
arousal then, and I really shouldn't.
No.
But it was so sort of out of sorts at being surprised that for the first 2 rounds that it was in the fight, it was run as the wrong kind of creature. Only remembering what it was just in time in order to survive an extra couple of rounds in which it was completely ineffective. There we go. What a load of shit that is. Anyway, Sessions is just...
What were you running it as?
Well, as a sort of slightly lower threat little mook that really, isn't there strong
Halfling.
scorers. No, not a halfling. No, okay. If it had remembered who it was, it would still be alive. And it would have a round now. But since it didn't remember who it was, it's dead. And it is my go. Can Burple make a perception check, please?
Not very good at those. Okay. 10.
10?
10.
No, okay. No, that's fine. Right.
What about Sessions? Does Sessions notice anything?
Sessions doesn't notice anything, no. So, up in the north, whoever it is on the inside of this door that the skeleton is scrabbling on has won the struggle. And this door bursts open.
Yeah.
And you can see past it into a chamber. The chamber is about 25 feet by 25 feet, so far as you can tell looking through the door. It's full of little people in robes, look like normal people, civilians as it were, in robes. They look weedy. They look like about almost exactly as weedy as the tiefling looked when he came bursting out of the chamber being played as the wrong monster. The floor is covered in blankets. There's a wooden crate in the middle of the room, and there's a small, crude statue on that crate of a humanoid figure, a goblinoid figure with a sort of distortedly giant, open, aggressive mouth, wearing armor and carrying a glaive in one hand and a wooden shield in the other. Dotted around the room, there are sort of slightly down at heel, battered weapons, spears and clubs and bits and bobs. There seems to be some kind of continual light effect in there. There's sort of flickering flames, maybe ever-burning torches, or what was the other one called? Continual flames, that's what I'm thinking of. There might be a couple of them burning in there. These people are, first of all, can Cuthbert and Parker make perception checks?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Is it another 7? Yes, it is. It's an 18.
18.
Okay. You recognise one of them.
Okay.
It is Gorbag's Spenge, the mother
Oh.
of Morklet Spenge. She is dressed like the rest of them in some kind of cultish robes. And she is daubed. They're not tattoos. They look like they've just been sort of painted on or daubed on. A series of markings, her face, her forearms, anything that's exposed, with these kind of mad, writhing images of sort of open, aggressive maws and jaws and mouths, interspersed with weapons and glaives and shields. Very like the tattoos that are on the arms of the original Tiefling cultists. So you can make the assumption that these people are cultists of Bann Shivu. And she recognizes you, Cuthbert, and is like, "Ooh," and they start trying to push past this skeleton. So there's a sort of kerfuffle. I'm going to kind of slightly hand wave the detail of it, but the skeleton pushes north into the room now that the door is open, and they start piling out.
Are they aggressive towards us? Or
Yeah,
is
they
it
look
just...
terrified. They look terrified. And the first one, the foremost one, runs out, uses all its movement. It starts heading east towards the double doors further into the complex. And the others run out too. They're looking at you terrified. They don't look aggressive. They look like they would rather be anywhere else. They look like they're terrified that either they've been unmasked or that they are under attack or something. They're jostling with each other in order to get out of the room. They seem to be so scared. That's what happens up there. And that is that. I think I'm just going to make a roll for these skeletons. I know they're not very smart. So one of the skeletons that's at the far end of the corridor from you, the one's trying to scrabble hopelessly against these double doors, decides to give up on scrabbling towards these double doors and runs away up to the north, up towards the room where you think the beast came from. Other than that, I have nothing to report, and we move on to Burple.
Okay, so which one of these is Gorebags?
Gorebag Spenge is, let's say, she is the one standing just on your side of the door to the north. She's behind a little gaggle of 3 or 4 of these people. You're not sure that you don't recognise some of the others as well. Not people that you know, but you might have seen them around town.
I'll say, calm down. Yeah, running that way is potentially dangerous. How did you come to be here?
Make a check. What's the most appropriate skill in this instance? Persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. 11.
11. Your words register, but she just looks too panicked. There's also a sort of slight fervorish kind of fanaticism in her eyes as well. You wonder whether or not they're all a bit scared, but that they might get a little bit more aggressive if they were cornered.
Okay, well, I just moved out of the way, so...
Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I want to stow my crossbow and take out my sword.
Cool. And Grimbold?
You Grimbold.
Sound of snoring.
Gone.
It's time for your beddy buys.
Oh, Grimbold.
Grimbold.
Wakey, wakey, Grimbold. He's on mute. He's on mute.
I dozed off, and then I also had the thing on mute.
You also did what?
Yeah, on mute.
and
So I was
asleep.
talking to myself for a bit. Right.
In your sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
On
Okay, well, I'll do another shocking grasp.
the
The tiefling in front of me.
what, the dead one? Okay.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Ah.
Has been for a while
25
now.
minutes.
It's like a weekly
Right.
thing with Johnny, isn't it? Where there's a bit-
Sorry. It's just,
he just
you
kind
know,
of zones out.
a bit
Yeah.
lazy. What shall I attack then? Anybody?
Grimbold has just kind of gone off into a little bit of a fugue state and then just sort of shakes himself, realises where he is.
And these are all skeletons clustered outside the door.
No. They look like they're cultists. They look like they're townspeople who are worshippers of Bann Shivu, who are in a bit of a frantic kind of push to escape. They piled out of this room to the north, pushing the skeleton out of the way.
Right.
And they look like they're going to try and either flee or attack you or something. Probably flee.
Okay. Not sure what to do then. Any suggestions, anybody?
You can go back to sleep, I guess.
Yeah. Follow the story.
Yeah.
Go and attack one of the skeletons.
Yes. Like
They-
that
weren't
one,
these-
perhaps.
I'll
The
turn
one
around
on
and start
the
attacking
other
us.
side of the door to the north.
There is a tiefling over here.
Or...
No, the tiefling that popped out from the door to the south has slammed the door shut, having
Gone back
squealed,
in.
having seen you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you
Okay,
could
well, I'll go
But
five
there's
then.
the two down
fire
here.
at the skeleton that's against the... scrambling
two
to the
down
door
here.
to the east.
Go
I'm
and
not
attack
sure I
one of
want to
those.
attack skeletons because they're not aggressive at the moment. They're just
No, but the time will come where that spell winks out and they all start attacking us. So taking them out one at a time now would be...
We are, for the purposes of your calculations, 7 rounds into the turning period. Yeah.
Right.
So
So,
you
you're
could
killing them
about-
off one at a time while they're not attacking us.
10,
And,
15,
as a
20.
group.
Yeah, but as soon as you tack it and it does damage, then it won't be turned in. So,
yeah, but
If you
just
focus on
that
one at a
one.
time.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so where is it on this southern room? I can't see.
There's a couple of skeletons in the very southern, scrabbling against the wall of the southern room.
Okay, well, I'll go into the room there and then I'll do a firebolt.
Okay, let me just describe that room to you
Run out.
as you
At
fall
which
into the
point?
pit.
Well, I've got a couple of
Turns
seconds.
around. Attacks.
Meanwhile, we all go the other way.
Hammer the door
Looks
shut.
like this looks like a guard chamber, Grimbold. There's a couple of beds against the eastern wall. There's a long wooden table along the south wall, which the 2 skeletons are scrabbling against. A couple of stools, weapon racks, There's a suit of leather armor on that table with a variety of tools spread around it. Looks like somebody's been either repairing that suit of armor or whatever it is.
Anything,
And then these two skeletons. What do you want to do?
anything looks particularly tasty? You want to send me a
Nothing
quick
that
message
looks
about?
particularly valuable, no.
Okay, I'll do a firebolt then.
At one of the skeletons? Which one?
8 on the one in front of me to the south.
Armor class 8 is a miss.
Okay, so I didn't do damage, so it's not going to stop turning. Is that correct?
I don't know. You have to talk to the boss about that. As in Graham.
I will consult the write-up.
We'll worry about it when the time comes. What does Cuthbert want to do?
Takes any damage.
Fine. So it's still scrabbling. It's still turned. Cuthbert.
Cuthbert, should we go up to the one to the east? Combined attack, get rid of it, and then we can open the door to the tiefling to the
I
south.
like that thinking.
Or also see what's going on up. There's an opening to the north of the east passage. We can have a
Yes.
look down there as we go past.
Okay, let me just check my movement on that.
I can get up there if you move up, and then next round you can step up.
Can I wait until after Parker's had his go? Is that a possibility?
No, you can. Well, you can ready an action. So what you can do is you can state a condition. You can say, when Parker does this, I will do that. But it's only a single action, like an attack or a spell or a dash. You could move. Yeah.
I'll ready an action until after Parker has moved, and then I'll take an action.
Okay. Well, I'll be nice and generous and say you don't have to be too specific. Okay. So Parker, we'll move on to you.
Okay, well, I can step up 6 squares to the east, and I can bonk that skeleton.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That's Arthur, the skeleton that failed the critical hit challenge. Arthur from Wigan.
Arthur from Wigan.
Yeah.
Right then, Arthur from Wigan. Oh god, hitting arm class 6, which I assume
It's a miss on Arthur from Wigan.
And then
Yeah.
the unarmed strike is
Ooh.
22.
22 is a hit. Yeah.
5 points of damage.
You did 5 points of damage. That triggers Cuthbert's readied action. Cuthbert, what do you want to do?
Cuthbert is going to move his move to there, which is as far as he can go, which is behind Parker, and he's going to look north.
Oh yes, what do we see to the north as we walk?
Yeah, what you
past
see to
that
the north is
cage?
well, not so much a cage as a sort of lair or pit. You can see, not a pit, straw is on the floor.
It's a pig's boudoir.
Yeah, it's a pig's boudoir, exactly. There's a kind of thick chain lying on the ground. There's a reek of musky animal scent wafting down towards you. There's straw all over the floor, and there is a flickering flame emitting from a little sort of spur on the north wall. Again, it's another continual flame spell. It's a kind of crude chamber. There's dung, there's filthy hay. That's the kind of thing. The other thing that you can see is that there's a skeleton running away from you to the north. That's the other skeleton, not Arthur. And standing in the entrance, looking at you like it's been waiting, hoping that the beast would do more, and discovered that the beast has not done more, is another one of these tiefling cultist dudes. And he's standing in the entrance looking at you. Looks like he's waiting for his number to come up in his initiative order. That's what he's doing. Yeah,
Brilliant.
standing there. He looks at his watch. And we've done Cuthbert and Parker, and we move on to
Yep.
sessions.
Okay, I'm going to use my very short legs to move past the corpse of the boar towards Parker and Cuthbert, and I'll toll the dying on the skeleton in the corner, if that's still standing.
Yes, Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah, this is cruel. Yep. The skeleton makes its saving throw. It's not going to be a great saving throw. DC 13 rolls a 19 and shrugs off. Stays turned.
Stays turned.
You can't. Yeah, you can't unturn these guys. Okay. Yeah, he shrugs that off.
And
What
I
else are you
will.
gonna do?
I'll use my bonus action to kind of pull along the crushing coin, and think about where to send it next.
Got it. Okay. And then we move on to the bad guys. So the bad guys, starting with Arthur the skeleton, is going to continue his flight north, and he gets to the far end of this horrible chamber. This cultist decides that it's time to do something with his life, and so he runs up to Cuthbert, and he will attack Cuthbert with his... This cultist, this tiefling, seems like he has actually remembered what he is. Yeah?
Oh,
So he's able to actually do something what he's going to do is he is going to attack you with his mace. And he gets 2 attacks with his mace.
What?
Yes, well, that's the way these things work. So the first attack at Cuthbert, on Cuthbert, rolls a 16 for a total of 20.
Yes.
Which is a hit. You take 5 points of damage from that hit.
Thank you.
Strikes you again, and rolls a 20. Now,
God.
Tommy the Tiefling has got to make a decision. Is he going to gamble?
You know he is.
Yeah. Is he going to gamble? Or is he going to take the double damage?
He's going to gamble.
Double damage is 10 points. No, he's going to get. Of course,
That
he's gonna
damage is
gamble.
yours.
The damage, your 10 points is safe. Tommy, your 10 points is safe. But do you want to gamble? Do you want to gamble, Tommy, for a potentially life-changing amount of damage? He's going to gamble, so he's going to roll. He's going to need some big number. Here we go. Come on. 16. Hits armor class 20. And so we do, in fact, deal a card from the GM's critical deck. It is... Here it comes. It's a setback. I don't believe it.
Excellent.
It's called This Little Piggy, and his speed is reduced by a half for a D4 rounds. That is all he gets. I'll just roll that D4. No, that's the wrong dice. No, this is just such a fucking disaster. Okay, right. So his speed is reduced by a round. Keep me honest on that. I mean, it's not going to really particularly affect things if he even survives to that next round.
Brilliant.
Okay. Well, it's not brilliant, is it? It's shit.
It is. No, it's really good.
That's quite funny.
It's great.
Oh, that's such a fucking annoying thing. It's my one bloody chance to do something useful. Okay,
What do these cultists do?
they run. So, the cultist that's nearest you lot, changes its mind about where it's going because you've all piled past it. Yes, the other way. So
Yeah.
it runs the other way. Sessions, would you like an attack of opportunity on a cultist? Do you have a weapon in hand?
Well, that's a good question. Do I actually have a weapon at all?
No, good, another one. Brilliant. Oh, excellent. I love this.
I have a light
Surely you have a
crossbow and a
cantrip.
mace, but since I haven't used
What do you have, a
either,
mace?
I don't know whether I.
Yeah, is the mace to hand? I'm wondering whether the mace is in your hand, therefore. I'm just...
Well, I have my shield,
Surely you have a
so it's
cantrip.
it could be, but I
It
haven't
could be.
actually
I mean-
stated I'm drawing it, so I'm guessing possibly not.
No. Okay, so
I
that
fumble for my
cultist-
mace, and it runs past.
Yeah, that cultist runs away from you and keeps on running as fast as it can go, which gets it to about there, and the other cultists do the same. Now, as they run past, kind of heedlessly, Burple, you're going to get a chance. You have your sword in hand, right?
I do.
So the third cultist to sprint past you runs directly past your square, and as it leaves, you get an opportunity to have an attack opportunity. Do you want to have that attack?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What a public-spirited person you are. So these cultists, if you're not going to take attacks of opportunity, they all start piling back out towards the dark cathedral behind you, screaming and going, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no!"
What? Acting.
Inside the actor's studio.
It is uncanny how you inhabit the character of
Well, the
you're
thing,
playing.
you should see me when I'm doing the prep. I mean, Joe just thinks, Jesus, what's going on? Yeah. In my cultist onesie.
me.
Yes. No.
Oh, no. I'm going to, hang on, if I go there, that's not close enough. I'm going to go to there, next to Grimbold.
Okay.
It's going to be basically my round, yeah.
So you're running south into the room with Grimbold
Correct.
and the 2 fleeing skeletons, and it's Grimbold's round.
Right, I'm going to fire a firebolt at the one directly south of me. Zzz, 13.
13 is a hit, exactly what you needed.
Great. So this is fire damage. I don't know whether magic fire does anything.
I don't think so.
Oh, 3 points of damage. So painful.
3 points of damage on that skeleton.
And
Okay.
I'm moving behind Burple. So
Well, and then you're running to
have to
hide
go
behind
through-
Burple.
yeah,
Human
so they
shield.
have to go through him to get to
Absolutely
me.
craven. Okay.
Well, I'm just wondering if these cultists we might be making a mistake letting them go. She's in there to basically make you kind of sympathetic towards them, I reckon.
I think you could be right. That
Metagaming
also,
again.
But also, there's quite a lot of them. I don't think we could do anything about it.
Well, I think we could, but I think we could have blocked them.
I would guess, if anything,
I don't know.
the mistake we're making is letting them get to the lift.
Yeah, because they could take the lift. I
We
thought
could-
about that.
What was the
down.
mechanism for the lift? Surely the lift.
If they
was
take,
such-
if they take the lift, that's it. If they take the lift, that's what. And then the invisible guy is there to sort of complicate matters, so that to facilitate their escape on the lift.
But
And
if-
then we're
so-
trapped down here.
Yeah, but unless of course the lift is, you can get the lift back down.
There wasn't any sign of that, was there, Mike?
In terms of the what do you mean?
Summoning the lift from the bottom, can you?
How does the lift work? What kind of mechanism is it?
Well, the mechanism is a winch,
On
a
the
chain
lift.
winch that's on the lift. You operate it from on the lift. So no, it doesn't look like there's a way of pulling the lift down.
So then that basically means the only way is on. Yeah, well. There we go. I knew there was something we were missing. I hope that's all it is.
An escape route.
Yeah, our escape route is now gone. Unless we go and stop them.
Yeah, well, I mean,
They haven't taken it yet.
no, they haven't, and it's a slow. If you were trying to flee, and also you don't know there'd be room for all of them anyway. There's a chain loop that runs from a supporting structure at the top, and then you pay out that chain, and then you pull the chain in again when you want to go up. Remember that to make the lift move at all, you had to physically operate the brake on the winch mechanism on the lift to make it move. Whether or not they've really thought about the logistics of lift operation in this dark subterranean temple, I suspect they haven't. This is on Mike Miles, I guess, who wrote this.
You don't want to get left behind.
Maybe there's a lift operator, but we haven't met him in a little uniform. Anyway, where? Oh, no, you see, I've completely forgotten where we were. Oh, Grimbold has run behind Burple in order
Yes.
to protect himself, and we move on to Cuthbert.
Cuthbert is obviously going to attack in short order with this cultist, hitting with the short sword, armor class 17, rolling 11 on the dice,
17 is a hit.
doing an enormous 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. They've got a shit armor class, these guys. Okay, he doesn't look very well.
And he does an additional 4 points of sneak attack
Because...
he's standing next to Parker, and Parker's 5 foot within 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's absolutely right. Oh, God. Okay, it's not flanking, is it? It's just having another person in the fight.
And then with the rapier, his weapon of choice, rolling a 1.
Rolling a 1, which ends your attacks for the round, even though you don't have any more left anyway. So
Thank you very much indeed. It's my third set of 1s in there.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Onesie.
Exactly how ill is this guy looking? One hit away?
You would have thought maybe a decent blow or two would put him down, yeah.
All right, okay. Shillelagh on him then, instead of on the skeleton, hitting armor class 14,
Is a hit.
doing 7 points of damage.
Still alive. Turns out your judgment was way off.
Unarmed strike, armor class 8.
It's a miss.
Is a miss. Fucking.
Oh dear, it's it's extremely pleasing.
I will clank my coins together, toll the dying on the cultist.
Oh God, what chance has he got? Okay. Rolls a 12. His wisdom setting. No.
Fail.
He's wounded, yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
2 points of damage.
That's exactly. He had 2 hit points left.
Hey! I think Sessions has done most of the killing.
Sessions has done most of the killing. Yeah.
And then with my bonus action, I'm going to fire the crushing coin onto the skeleton in the corner. Hitting armor class 21.
Is a hit. Yes.
And it takes 5 points of damage. And of course, it's no longer
5
turned.
points of damage. It's no longer turned, of course, but then it's still alive. Yep.
And that would be my go.
We buff them up, and then Sessions just comes along and puts one
Takes the-
finger
takes
on
the glory.
prods them, and they fall over.
Yeah. That's because that's
fine.
what happens.
Not Arthur the Skeleton is going to attack Parker because he's no longer turned. He swings at Parker with his short sword. 5, hitting armor class 9. That's not good enough. And then down here, one of the skeletons, the one that Grimbold went away from, is unturned. He runs around and he attacks Burple, hitting armor class 10, which is not going to be enough, although it is close with Burple, but not enough. The other Burple, the other skeleton, still scrabbling at the wall. The skeleton in the northernmost chamber has reached the northern wall. Arthur is scrabbling against the northern wall over there, and the cultists keep running. You see them piling out into the main chamber. They don't seem to know. They don't seem to have a plan, if that's what you were worried about. They're not like, get the lift! The way that it's weirdly constructed means that we'll strand them here. They do seem to be staying away from the northern part of the chamber.
Not to the lift.
Not the lift. And that, I think, is that for everybody. Yeah, everything else is just completely... Well, it's not completely quiet. You can let's have some perception checks from people.
17.
Oh, a 17's good.
Ooh, 15.
15's good. You think that you can hear sounds both through the double doors to your east that are going further into wherever you are, and through the door to Cuthbert South, the one that was opened and then rapidly slammed shut by a cultist. Yeah, you can kind of hear sounds of people moving, bodies moving about. And we move on to Burple, who is facing the skeleton.
Burple will try and hit the skeleton, probably unsuccessfully, knowing him. But
16 is a hit.
Oh, it's a 1.
Oh, it's a 1. So
It looked like it was the other way around. It's a natural
Yeah.
1. So
natural 1. So you forfeit the rest of your round if you had one. Well, forfeit the rest of your attack. So you can move.
yeah, but attack of opportunity.
Good point. Okay, and then Grimbold.
So I move up to Burple, back into the room. I'm standing next to him, and then I'm going to do a shocking grasp on the gully.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'll roll this, and I get a... Oh, God's sake. 6
6 is a
with a
fail.
natural 1, and then I'll move back.
It's the same as me.
You sure?
Are you moving away? Are you?
It gets an attack of opportunity on you.
No.
Yes,
No.
No.
Well, what? Yes, no, what?
No.
He's staying where he is.
No, I'm
You never
staying
would-
where I am.
You never would have done that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Really?
Cuthbert.
We should just clean up this lot first.
Yeah.
And then deal with...
Am I allowed to occupy the same space as the crushing coin?
Yes, of course you are.
Excellent.
That's Sessions' spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay. So I will just literally take a 5-foot diagonal step to put me in base to base with the skelly, and then I will do the short sword, hitting armor class 25, nearly a critical, doing 10 points of damage.
Oh, you destroy the skeleton in a clatter of bones and bits of old armor and so forth.
And I will then continue to move further up north.
Okay, so running up towards the chamber that the boar came from.
Yep.
Piers Morgan's little hutch.
So
Okay.
I'm going into the massive bull's boudoir.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
fast and efficient.
Very fast and efficient. And Parker, what do you want to do?
So I cast Longstrider and moved 8 squares north
Into the
into the
boar chamber.
boudoir
Yeah,
of
cool.
the beast which was released
Yeah, got it.
And is
Okay.
now is deceased.
and is now deceased. The deceased released beast of the east. No, he's not in the
From
east.
the east.
From
The deceased released beast from the east. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to move back over the corpse of the big boar and down towards where Grimbold and Burple are
Yeah.
fighting their skeletons. And once I get in sort of line of sight on the first skeleton, I'm going to toll the dying on it, and I will draw
Makes
my.
DC 13 wisdom save. Rolls a 3 and fails that save.
Has it been wounded?
I think yes, it has been wounded. Yeah.
Okay, so it takes 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage is enough to dispatch that.
And as it collapses to ground, I say, "Stay down, son."
Oh, okay. Oh, bit of
acting.
bit of
Bit of acting there, yeah. Giving it a
bit
go.
of banter.
Checking with the rest of the
Bit of
cast.
side to the whole thing. Okay, so that's another destroyed skeleton. And we move on to the bad guys. So the cultists are now out of your field of view. They seem to have run off into the main thing. Yep. They run off into this main area around but in the big chamber that the lift came down into. You can hear them sort of, maybe now that they've made their initial escape and they've kind of burst free from what looked like a very life-threatening situation, they now seem to be, you can hear them sort of maybe muttering a bit between themselves and sort of agitated voices.
Fabulous. Dan, I have an idea for you.
Yeah.
Well, it's Burple's round, so now is the time for that idea to be enacted.
Dan, I reckon you should head north and shut the door behind you and lean against it.
And then see what happens.
And then just wait it out.
It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
Like, see what happens. Who's gonna? Is he alive or is he dead? You won't know until you open the door.
And
That's
just
right.
hear the screams, the pleadings.
I'm kind of worried what these cultists are doing, and I'm thinking I should go and investigate. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a move.
So Burple is running back to the main cathedral room, taking the dash action. Yep, okay. You can see what you could see before. You can't see any cultists looking the way that you're looking. It looks like they've headed south into the main body of the room. You can hear them from round to the south, therefore to your left as you're heading back. And we move on to Grimbold. What do you want to do, Grimby?
Right, I'm
Bondle?
using a sorcery point to do another first level spell, and it's going to be a chromatic orb.
That's rolling to hit, yep.
So roll to hit. Do we think fire, magical fire, does anything more on skellies?
No, not
I
really.
think we've established that it doesn't.
Acid then. Oh, for fuck's
well, you can't
sake,
do anything, can you? 'Cause you
another
can't hit it.
one. I didn't roll that. It must have been something happened. I don't know.
What's something happened to the dice to make it roll a 1?
Just a
Yeah.
question. Do we still have our dice?
Oh, dice.
Yes, you have your Ort dice,
I'm
yeah.
going to use my Ort dice.
There you go.
Okay, so you're going to re-roll that number and add a d6.
So I rolled an 18.
That's enough
Well, it's
without the
gonna
Ort
hit.
dice.
Um,
Okay, and what's the damage from the chromatic orb?
It does 14 points of acid damage.
Which absolutely melts the little skelly. Cuthbert, what do you want to do?
Cuthbert is going to go north
Up to the skeleton that's scrabbling against the wall. Yep.
and end the turning with a short sword. Oh, I can't believe it. Rolling a 1. How many ones?
I don't know, many. Add them all together and you might have something which could hit something with a low armor class.
I've now rolled 4 ones.
And that's ended your attacks. So
It
now
has
we
ended
move
my attacks.
on to Parker.
Well, I will move up to where Cuthbert is and hit the same skeleton. Well, first of all, with the shillelagh. Oh,
It's a critical.
it's a critical.
Do you want to gamble or do you want to stick with what you got?
No, I'm going to do damage because I have savage attacks. I can roll an extra die again.
Oh, right, go for it.
So that's the critical is 4 plus 4, plus also another 1d8,
Getting very close. Yep.
another 3. That's 11 points of damage.
Not enough. It's still alive.
And I still have the unarmed strike, hitting armor class 12.
Which is a miss. Should have gambled, Parker. Well, there's always next week. Sessions, it's your round.
Yeah.
And it's the skeleton, the remaining skeleton, you think, the one that's run off into the room that the cultists are hiding in, will now be unturned.
So on my go, I'm going to move round towards the door where I saw the door where the cultist popped out and popped back in. And as I go, I'm going to loot the bodies of the 2 dead tieflings that I pass. Anything that looks valuable, I'm picking up.
Well, now, they have maces and heavy crossbows.
Yeah, to me, they
But
don't look valuable.
otherwise,
Jewelry,
they don't look particularly valuable.
shiny
No,
clothes,
nothing like that.
anything that looks useful.
Shiny clothes. You struck it lucky. They are wearing shiny clothes. No,
day glow clothes, anything like that. You know, stuff that
raving. Yeah, glow sticks.
glow sticks. You know,
No, there's nothing very interesting. But as you move round, I think you get an opportunity to make a perception check. Everybody else, it's all been a bit chaotic so far, but you can make a perception check as you wander around in that section of the corridor.
ooh, a 16 on the dice, which makes my perception 19.
Well, that's a very good roll. All that you've really noticed is that you have an opportunity to have a glance at these double doors that the skeletons are scrabbling against, and you can. It's clear now why they were unable to open them, It's not because the doors are particularly well secured. It's just that there is a little bit of a mechanism, like a latch, lift, and click, that's required to open them. Yeah. So you just spot that as you run around the corner. You're like, oh, okay, because they were scrabbling at it. Clearly, like mindless, terrified skeletons were just not able in their heads to
figure it out.
Apply their brains to just click open the thing.
Okay. That's kind of my go then, I think.
So a skeleton comes piling out of the cultist's chamber to the north, gets out into the main room where the boar's body is, and stands there trying to work out what to do next. Now, up in the room with the boar, there's the one remaining skeleton that they were attacking. Doesn't look in great nick, but he is going to have one final thrust for glory. And he is going to roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, he's going to attack Cuthbert. On a 4 to 6, he is going to attack Parker.
We know what's going to happen.
And he rolls a 4 to 6, which is
Oh my
Parker, because it's always Parker. I don't know why you say this,
No.
Paul, because it is always Parker. It's a nice simple system.
Is.
We have got a nice simple system here. He rolls a
Join the club.
fucking
Join
Arthur.
the club.
Arthur has not had a good day. I think we can be. I came here with such high hopes. It's just, oh dear, it's turned to ashes in my mouth. I was hoping to get the money to pay for my mother's operation. Osteoporosis. It's lethal in our kind. So we move on from him because he was just completely shit, and we move on to Burple.
Well, Burple may as well shoot that skeleton. Oh, I haven't got the thing in my hand, so I can't do that.
Frantically fumbling through your stuff. It's like, oh,
Yes, keep
fucker.
choosing the wrong weapon. All right, so
Fucker.
I'll go the other way. I'm going to continue what I'm doing. So I go back and peek my head round that corner.
Yeah,
So
well, the
I'm kind
cultists are in a gaggle, and they
Yeah.
kind of look at you as you turn the corner, but don't really react in the sense that they don't sort of leap at you. They seem to be in a sort of huddle about and kind of not quite sure about what to do next. A couple of them are going, we've got to fight them, we've got to defend it. The glory of Bann Shivu. We must raise the three-part god. And others are going, no, we've got to do it. This is all gone too far. That kind of. I'm paraphrasing, but that's
Right.
basically what they're doing.
Right.
Do you want to say anything to them?
I want to say...
Calm down.
Yeah, just calm down.
Just calm down.
Calm down, dear.
Can you
Yeah.
calm emotions using your bardic performance?
I don't think I can, no.
I don't think he's singing.
Hoping
is
that you were about to sing us another little song, Dan.
I don't think.
I mean, it would be a perfect opportunity
The perfect opportunity to
to
sing a
sing
song.
your song, "Oh Calm Your Breast, You Loony Cultists," which we all know is one of your favourite.
Yeah. The short term is just, oh, calm your breast. It's only that fifth rarely used verse that includes the word
That's
cult.
true. By the time you make it to there, I mean, it's a
Yeah.
pretty long piece of work.
It is.
It's all, yeah. Okay, so let's not do that. So let's move on from Burple to Grimbold. Grimbold, you're ferreting around in the desperate hope of finding some secret little piece of magic.
Yep. So I haven't got a secret message off you telling I've got some magic, so I'm moving out of the room.
Of course, you would say that even if you had, but yeah.
Yes, of course. Moving back up to... I'm heading towards the skeleton that's standing forlornly by itself in the corridor. Or
Yeah,
in the
but
room.
it looks at you skeletally.
And then I zap it.
It grins at you.
Yeah, chatters its little teeth at you. Go, 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 go.
And I zap it with a firebolt.
Yep.
Rolling a 12.
That's a miss.
No, I add 5 to that.
Oh, that's a hit.
I'm doing fire damage, 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, it's singed.
And then I'm taking, for the first time, my 2 daggers out.
What? I mean, literally in,
Going to
what,
hand-to-hand
16
combat.
episodes, you're taking out your... Okay.
That's hand
Sorry, in
combat.
41 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuthbert,
Yes, could be.
you're going to finish off the skeleton?
I'm going to try to. With my short sword, I will do the first attack, hitting armor class 12.
Is a miss.
Damn you. And then with my second attack, using the rapier, armor class 10.
Is a miss as well. And that's the end of you, Parker.
Well, I guess the shillelagh on that one. See if we can finish it off.
Such hard work.
Oh, yeah, just
15.
Is a hit.
Oh, dear, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to be enough. Only had 1 hit point left. You killed the final skeleton. Well, not the
Right.
final skeleton. There's one more skeleton. One that's going to see off Grimbold with a critical.
And I can move, so I will
You
also
can.
move back down south. That's me.
I'm going to toll the dying on the skeleton that's in the middle of the room by the
Oh,
bull
yeah.
skeleton.
Okay. Will save from the skeleton rolls a 17.
Okay, well, I was only half-heartedly at that, and I will
Yeah,
head
well,
up
it's also the blue dice of power.
to the door, and it's barred on my side.
It's not barred. It's got a kind of click latch, so it's like you have to pull a little pin out. Yeah, that's stopping the latch lifting up, and then lift up a latch, and then you don't know. The doors look like they swing away from you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to inspect the door, looking for kind of traps. Would be the obvious thing.
We'll make a
Perception check.
Perception check or a investigation check. I think. Well, either way. But you rolled a 5.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, clearly, it looks perfectly safe to me, and that's kind of.
You think it's not just safe, but in fact beneficial to
Yes. Well, feeling that strength.
some sort of.
That it looks completely safe, I guess. I will flick the latch.
What as your free interaction?
Yeah, I'll unlock it.
Okay, but you're not opening the doors? Or
Well,
you are
if I
opening the doors?
can continue to open the doors, I'll do that as well. Yeah, why not?
I think so. I mean, it's like you've had an action. You had a move. You get a free interaction with the doors, so you can ping the latch and open them. I can't see why not. Okay. Well, let me give you a view of what you can see, and I'll give you a description. It's a long, wide chamber. It's surrounded on 3 sides by a balcony that's 20 foot up. And there are torches equally spaced along the walls, providing light. The side opposite the doors, you think that it goes back further, that it's like where an emperor might sit or something, like a viewing box, with wooden chairs positioned around on it and a kind of large status chair or kind of prestige chair sitting there as well. No visible people. There's a huge statue of a goblinoid figure standing on a plinth in the middle of the chamber. And by huge, I mean it's 25, 30 feet tall. It's a giant statue of Bann Shivu. So we're talking about a female goblinoid figure where the head is distorted because the mouth is open so wide with these rows of kind of blocks of kind of brick-like teeth, and the facial features are rolled back around this open maw, but otherwise resembles some form of orc or goblin.
Okay.
And the statue is wearing a carved, obviously because it's not real, a leather armor studded with metal plates, and all of those plates are carved with that screaming horde motif of writhing mouths and maws and jaws. And the statue is holding a wooden shield in its left hand and a glaive in its right hand. But it is a statue, it's not a creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any visible creature that I can see from where the doors are?
There's no visible creature that you can see, no. There is a fist-size red gem set in the forehead of this figure. And it's kind of glittering in the flickering light from the torches. Because the forehead is kind of rolled back because the jaw is open so much, it's almost, as it were, on the top of the statue. Otherwise, there's not much else to describe. The walls are very well constructed. It's not rough or cavern-like.
Right. Well, okay. I'll just stay at the door.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Ooh, 14. Quite a lot better than last time.
14 is decent. You can hear sounds like you could hear from before you opened the doors. You can hear sounds deeper in things, but not in here. So in rooms past or in rooms away.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to say to these cultists, what is it that you want to protect? What is it you think we're going to destroy?
Well, the nearest one is the one most kind of prone to engage with you. And she says, it is the Ebon Triad. We must work to summon our new god.
Why?
To bring a new age of darkness.
And why would you want that?
Because the Lords of Darkness must rule the world.
Why?
Now you're kind of getting into territory that, like a... Why? Why is the sky blue? Because of...
Yes.
Why? She looks like you're losing her because you're talking to her about a kind of deep-held assumption that she's not going to start getting into an argument about. If you see what I mean.
Right. So I understand who I'm dealing with. I say, yes, it must be protected.
She nods.
Yeah, how do we protect it? How do we best protect it?
Well, you must leave this place. You're not welcome here.
Oh, but we came to protect the Ebon Triad and summon the new god.
Okay. Do you want to try a deception check or something along those lines?
Why not? Getting an enormous 17.
17 is
It's
very
incredible.
good. She's like, so you are one of us.
Yeah.
Oh well. Why are you?
Well, we're sort of on a trial, really. It's more of a sort of taster.
But what a sort of onboarding process.
Well, yeah. It's more of a try before you buy. You know,
Yes,
we got a package deal.
We have a very solid
of us.
onboarding process here at Ebon Triad Towers, and then we'll hand you over to our customer success team.
Good. Okay.
No, she says, why? But why are you attacking us? Why are you killing our guardians?
We're not. We were defending ourselves. We were merely defending ourselves.
I don't understand. You.
Okay.
If you were here to join us, why did you not just approach peacefully?
We did approach peacefully. It's just our guide. You know, the guy who was giving us our induction.
One of the back says he's talking. He's talking rubbish. It's that's Purple from town. He's not part of our.
But
he's
I
not
know
one of us.
you're from town as well. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you're not one of us. You've
Why
never
not?
been part of our group.
How do you know?
Why don't you just leave?
But nobody invited me.
Well,
And so when I got the invite, obviously I was curious, so I came to find out.
okay. Well, one at the back, the one that's sort of a bit more bolshy, looks like he is trying to sort of take control. But Gorbag Spenge muscles him out. Says, "Fleng mod," she says. Stop trying to throw your weight around. We've all got an equal voice in this.
Yeah, Flame Mod, what is your surname?
Gelbabreeze.
Flame
Felmod Gelbabreeze. She says, Felmod, you and the whole Gelbabreeze family.
When's your birthday?
It's the 17th of Mage.
So, how far away is that?
It's today, of
In
course.
days?
Well, it's down here where you lose all track of time.
Very good.
But I think we're somewhere in Fambulary, are we not? Well, then we've got, as everybody knows, we've got Fart, and then we've got it's about 3 months away.
I'll say, what's up there? I'll point north. I'll point up to that passageway.
Oh, we don't go up
what's
there.
in there? Why not?
We don't go up. No, that is the lair of the Faceless One. None of us go up there. He is our leader, our true leader.
And what's the other one? The other place, going...
Oh, we don't go down there either. That is a dark lair of insanity and savagery. But you must hand over your weapons. You must drop your weapons now and leave.
Yeah, okay.
We cannot have you storming around and causing this kind of trouble. And I will, if you wish safe passage out, we are happy to let you leave. You can climb up on the elevator, or I must take you to see our priestess, Theldrek.
Where's Theldrek? I'd like to meet her.
Gorbag's gestures down behind you, where the others are, and says Theldrek is within.
Ah, okay.
Perhaps if I can be persuasive, Theldrek might grant you an audience.
Yes, that sounds good.
You must follow me. And she walks past you. She starts heading back inside. Are you going to follow?
Yeah.
Okay. She shouts back to the others, you must wait here. I will speak to Theldrek. We will see. She looks very, very dubious about this, but she's wandering up. She's shouting as she's walking in. She's going, Theldrek, my mistress, Theldrek. I'm with Burple. He is a townsman who wishes to join our number. There's no response to that. She walks up to the double doors. She sees Sessions, who she knows as well, and Parker, who she knows. Says, oh, it's you. You saw my boy. You rescued my boy.
That's right.
Oh, have you seen him? Do you know what has become of him?
No, we haven't seen him.
In quite a while.
Okay. Does anybody else
No
want to
idea.
make a couple more? Can we have a couple more deception checks going on here? Yeah. She's got no reason to disbelieve you particularly. Don't roll anything awful.
22.
17.
20 is very good, very good. Okay, well, she seems like if you return to the outside world, if Theldrek will not induct you in our number, then when you return to the outside world, you must find him, because I am worried. I feel I have neglected him because of my deep devotion to the Ebon Triad.
Okay. And anything we should know? Maybe maybe we should bring Theldrek a gift or something.
Oh no, Theldrek will. If I can persuade Theldrek to come and hear your plea for membership, then it will be down to your to how sincere she feels you are being.
Okay.
And she's shouting. She starts shouting through the double doors into this big room. She says, "Theldrek, my mistress, Theldrek, I have new people." And she sort of starts walking into this chamber. She says, "Come, come. Theldrek will grant you an audience." "Theldrek," she shouts. "Theldrek, my queen, my queen." There's no reaction. That's enough for that, Grimbold.
Walking up to the entrance of the big chamber with the statue, standing next to my cousin Sessions.
Yeah, so you can see into this big chamber. There's no movement or sign of life apart from gore bags. She walks around the statue and looks up at the observation area and calls out for Theldrek again. Cuthbert, do you want to do something?
Yeah, Cuthbert wants to search.
You're going to search in the boar lair in Piers Morgan's flat.
Piers Morgan's boudoir.
Okay, you can keep searching. Parker?
Parker will continue south to the door, and I'll open it and walk in with my shillelagh at the ready.
It's stuck. It's very fastly held. So you reach for it and give it a rattle, and it doesn't rattle, in fact. It's like it's completely solid.
Can I still turn like the handle and it doesn't move?
You can turn the handle and it doesn't move. So yes, it seems to be locked.
Oh, it seems to be locked. So it's not like somebody's pushed it closed, it's actually locked.
Yes, exactly that, yeah.
Okay.
Locked or barred or something, yeah. Does Sessions want to do anything?
Well, I think I'll keep an eye on what's going on in the big room. I'll also give Grimbold the once over just to look for any new items that seem to be on him.
He doesn't seem to have anything obviously observable on him. It looks like she looks a little bit crestfallen. That is Gorbags. She's standing in this main room. She shouted a couple of times for Theldrek, her mistress, and nothing seems to be happening. So now she's standing there thinking, I was kind of thinking that, maybe I pulled a little bit more weight around here than I do. You see what I mean?
If we're generally having a kind of an out-of-combat experience, I think I'll start the ritual of Detect Magic, because I'm interested in what's that statue.
Yes. Okay, so you're taking a bit of time to do that. So how long does that ritual take?
I'm going to say 10 minutes.
Well, okay, that's going to be a while. You can look that up. Grimbold?
Well, I'll just go into the room.
Okay.
Go up to the statue, have a look at it.
The statue, it's more than 20 feet tall. It doesn't look like it's made particularly well. I mean, it's relatively decent work in terms of the sculpture, but the actual construction of it doesn't look terrific. It doesn't seem to have anything particularly interesting about it. There's no kind of, I don't know what you were looking for, levers or anything like that. It's pretty pretty much
gem in its forehead,
as it is. Yes, there's a big gem in the forehead. That's right at the top. You'd have to scale up the statue to
Right,
get
I'll
at
start scaling up the statue. Why not?
Okay, so you're going to start clambering up the pedestal. Yep.
Yep.
Well, you want to give me a climb check. That's an athletics check to climb the first bit up the pedestal and up to the base of the statue.
-1 on this roll. So roll that's 4 minus 1, 3.
Okay, so you sort of fumble away at the beginning. You can't really get a purchase. It's clearly not your area. What about Cuthbert now? You've had a bit of a search in the room upstairs.
Do I find anything?
No, not really. It's all pretty boring up there.
Okay, in which case I shall make my way back down.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We're out of round sequence. Anybody else want to do anything?
I'll have another go climbing up to the top to prise the gem out.
Okay, you have another go at that. What about Cuthbert? Anybody else?
I think Cuthbert's going to come in and be with Burple.
15 on my climb check.
15 is good. So Grimbold, you can make it up through the pedestal and get onto the kind of the lower section of the statue. It's let's call it 25 feet. So you can climb. I think it's half speed. You can get up onto the kind of legs of the statue. You're sort of maybe sort of teetering a bit, but you're just sort of clinging on.
Can I try and unlock this door myself?
Without thieves' picks and tools, you think you'd struggle.
Cuthbert can give me his thieves' picks and tools on the way.
Well, they broke, didn't they?
It's a dexterity check. You'd need to make it without the benefit of the tools.
Tools give you +2.
Some things can't be done without them, though.
Actually, to be fair, it says a set of lock picks. I only broke one of them. a different type of lock would take a different type of pick.
Yeah.
So it depends on whether this is the same kind of lock. So what I'll actually do is I'll go back to the door and inspect the door and think, do I have the right pick?
Yeah, I think you can give it a go. Why don't we just say disadvantage on the roll?
So it's going to be a +4 because there's the proficiency and then there's the thieves' tools.
Yeah.
So the first roll gives me an 8. Second roll, an 11.
So you don't know that you would have succeeded even if your tools are in perfect nick, but you're not making much progress with it.
Is this something I can do more than once?
Yeah, you can have another go. You add your Ort dice.
No, I'm not going to add an Ort dice for this. I don't.
No, it's not worth.
Okay.
All right, I'll have another go. Rolling.
What did you get?
I got an 11. I'm still trying to roll in double figures.
Can I have a go?
Well, if you want to borrow the stuff, are you trained in it? Do you need to be trained in it?
You need to be trained in order to add your proficiency bonus.
18. That was the dexterity check.
Ah, for God's sake. That bit really is useless.
You play around with the tumblers in this lock and the little tool, and you end up, and suddenly it just goes click, and you think that you've moved it over.
Right. Open the door.
It doesn't open.
Do you know what it is, Lucas?
It's been wedged.
There's somebody on the side holding it.
Yes, I know. So now I'm going to, give it a shove. Strength
Okay.
check on it.
Yeah. Okay. Roll a strength check, athletics check.
Oh, an athletics check. That's better. 15.
15. No, it doesn't budge. It feels really solid.
Okay, it's wedged.
Okay.
I think the action's in the main room. So go up to Spenge, Madam Spenge.
She recognises you as being the main person that rescued Morklet.
Hello, where do we sign?
She's not responding. She shouts again. Theldrek, I have new applicants to our order.
Where would she normally come from? Where would she normally be?
She would, if she grants us an audience, she appears there and she points up above you at where this kind of main sort of throny chair is. And these
Oh,
other
I
chairs
see.
are dotted about.
Oh, I'm going to go and have a look then. I'll see if I can find her.
Well, it's 20 foot up to there.
How does one get up?
Well, no, if we're granted access to the inner chambers, you can reach it via a stair, but we're not allowed in there.
How do we get to the inner chambers?
Well, you must be granted entrance by Theldrek and her priests.
But where? Where's
Well, she's not
there?
responding.
Right.
I'm not. She's not responding. I think it's best we all leave.
There's the stairs with the door you can't open.
Yeah.
I'm climbing further up the statue.
Okay, make another roll. She says, "I think we ought to leave." She's not responding. She's not granting me an audience. We should leave. And she starts heading back towards Sessions and the main doors.
Doesn't she notice that Grimmel's trying to remove?
Oh,
Trying miserably. I
well,
rolled a
as she comes
1.
round the
That's
other side of the statues, you can see Grimbold clambering up.
Just examining this fine piece of architecture. I mean, art.
Well, you've just fallen off, right?
I
just
rolled a
rolled a 1.
1. I've rolled 3 1s this evening. I'll just say this is exquisite artwork. Yes.
Yeah, that 1 is not good. You tumble back down. So she wanders around the statue to see you sort of falling off it, looking a bit sort of discombobulated. So Grimbold is lying on the base of the statue. Cuthbert, as you
Yes.
head towards the double doors,
Yeah.
when you're just sort of level with Gorbacks heading towards them, they go and close.
Oh.
And you hear
Oh no, I don't like that.
Sorry, just to be clear, on which side of the door is the cackling?
the cackling is on the giant statue room side of the door.
on the other side of the door.
Yeah, the door's opened inward, so they've closed in on against you, Sessions. You're trapped on the outside. And emerging, as it were, into sight from probably back round behind this throne or something, but you couldn't really see that a bit anyway because you're 20 foot down, so you've only really got sight of a little bit of it. A figure emerges and is sitting, as it were, or is clambering onto the throne. It's an orc. She's wearing armor like the armor on the statue, and she's carrying a glaive in one hand. There's a shield that she sort of props against the side of the throne as she clambers into it. And she says,
Unwanted guests.
Oh, we're here to seek your audience, oh great one.
You are here to seek my vengeance. It is now that you shall be destroyed.
and we'll pick it up next time.
The guide to the Emperor.
The
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. The Three Faces of Evil and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening!